Okay, football fans, welcome to another episode of the Call Sheet Breakdowns. This is Kevin Smith with you doing breakdowns of NFL draft prospects in the upcoming draft. And today we look at a really interesting prospect, J.J. McCarthy, the quarterback out of Michigan, 6'3", 202 pounds, 27-1 record as the starter there over the last 2 years. In that time, he threw 49 touchdowns against just 11 interceptions. Michigan were the national champs this past year. Maybe more importantly to Michigan fans, they beat Ohio State twice with McCarthy as the starting quarterback the last 2 years. And the thing that makes McCarthy so intriguing is that his draft slot is a matter of wide debate. Some people think he could go as high as number 3 to the New England Patriots. Other people think that he could slide all the way to the bottom of the first round. Is this guy a franchise QB? Is he a career backup? That's going to be something only time will tell. But we'll take a look at his tape and see what his strengths and weaknesses are. All right, to do this breakdown, we're pulling film from Michigan's playoff games, the national championship against the University of Washington, the semifinal against Alabama. We'll start out of the gate with maybe the most impressive throw McCarthy made in either one of those games in the championship game. This is a laser to his receiver, Roman Wilson, who's lined up in the tight slot here, running the Dover route, which is the deep over, and he's going to beat the man coverage. It's actually quarters coverage here of the safety who's going to carry with him. And then watch this corner on the opposite side. He doesn't have anybody to cover because Michigan's tight end stays in, and he'll fall back underneath this route. And McCarthy, off of a play fake, just throws an absolute laser, beautiful ball in between that coverage for a big gain for Michigan. I mean, this is just an absolutely perfectly placed football. Again, there just you see outside of the safety and over top of the corner off the play fake. 1, 2, 3, sets his feet, steps and throws. McCarthy, when he gets his feet set, man, he is one of the most accurate passers in this draft. Michigan did a ton of stuff off of play action to buy him time in the pocket. Clean pocket, feet set. McCarthy's a heck of a quarterback who throws one of the most accurate balls around. Here's another one off a really similar play look. You're going to see the motion now come down from Michigan's tight end as he's going to work outside and in, and then he's just going to squeeze in this sort of little skinny. Again, Washington is playing a cover 4 look. All 4 of these guys across are assigned to carry vertically Michigan's 4 receivers. And it's going to be another play action look. Again, man, Michigan does a great job. There's the play fake. You'll see McCarthy ride that fake and then pop back up and throw this little in route. Michigan does a great job protecting McCarthy with the play action stuff. They get the ball out of his hand pretty quickly there. They buy time from the rush by riding the running back here. They'll pull the linebackers up. You see Washington's linebackers jump up, and then McCarthy lasers the ball over the middle. He's a very good thrower in the middle of the field. That's a really attractive trait for a quarterback coming out of college. Middle of the field can be a tough place to operate, and McCarthy has shown that he can be very proficient there. Another strength of McCarthy's is his mobility. He's a really nice mover in and about and outside of the pocket. He can run the ball on design runs, but he's very good on the move throwing the football. Watch here on this play where he bails the pocket to his right and then just throws an absolute strike up the sideline. His tight end winds up dropping this ball along the sideline for an incompletion. But you can see again, man, when he can get out into space, the key is his feet. When his feet are in good throwing position and he's on platform, he delivers a heck of a football. And this is a dart, man. He's got really good arm strength. One of the things about McCarthy is he throws those level 1 throws, those dart type throws as accurate as anybody in the draft. Here's another one where he's on the move. Watch him. This is a design rollout. You'll see as he fakes and boots out to his right. And look at this beautiful throw to the middle of the field. Again, his receiver drops the ball. A lot of drops by the Michigan receivers in these 2 playoff games. I didn't watch enough Michigan film to know if that was something that was common throughout the season. But on this one, right, you see his slot receiver coming across the middle of the field, and McCarthy looking back inside with another dart. Again, excellent thrower on the move, J.J. McCarthy. We mentioned he was good in the pocket with his feet set at throwing the ball over the middle. Watch him deliver a strike here on a mesh route. This is him throwing the low cross to Wilson, puts it right on the money, and he takes it down the sideline for a touchdown to open the scoring against Michigan. The thing here, You'll see, we'll highlight Wilson for you real quick as he comes across the field on the low cross. But watch the placement of the football. He hits Wilson in a perfect spot in stride so that he's able to catch and run. This ball is thrown to his back shoulder, too low, too high. He's not going to be able to catch it in stride, and it's going to be a 7, 8, maybe 10-yard gain. Instead, by putting this thing perfectly out in front and allowing his receiver to get it with his hands, he then creates an opportunity for that run after the catch up the sideline. So accuracy on these level 1 throws, these short to intermediate throws, McCarthy's as good as anybody in the draft. One more for you in this similar vein off of play fake. This is this Dover concept again, the deep over. There's your post. Here comes your deep crosser. He's going to target the deep cross out here. And you'll see it again off of play fake as he's able to ride the back, set his feet, clean pocket, step into the throw. Beautiful stuff, man. Ball on the money, big play. This is right at the end of this game as Michigan's driving in for the tying score. They would win this game in overtime. But again, watch his feet. Set, throw. Nicely done. Again, man, give him time, man. This guy's going to be a really, really good NFL quarterback. Unfortunately, you don't always have the luxury of time, and you don't always have the clean pocket that you'd like and the ability to step into a throw. So you're going to have to make some throws in the NFL with guys in your face and off platform. And this is one of the areas where McCarthy struggles. We're going to watch him here. He's going to try to fit in this cover 2 beater up the sideline, right? He's got to really fit this in between the corner who's working back here and then the safety just out of the screen who's coming over the top. And you're really trying to hit that in the hole there along the sideline. It's a tough throw for anybody to make. And you'll see here with the pass rush in his face, McCarthy isn't able to get his feet set and see where the ball winds up, out of bounds over the receiver's head on the sideline. You're going to have to be able to make these off-platform throws like this in the NFL because you're not going to get clean pockets very often. And so whether McCarthy can do that or not may go a long way towards defining his success in the NFL. Here's another one. Watch him here, man. This is the first play of the Alabama game. Pressure in his face as he rolls out to his right, designed rollout. And he's going to have to throw off his back foot here, isn't able to get his feet set, and he almost makes a disastrous play. This actually winds up getting intercepted by Alabama. As you can see him here, really probably just trying to throw the ball away, but it winds up down there on the sideline. This play got overturned on review. They said that the Alabama defender landed with his foot out of bounds, but pressure in his face is not his strength, and he almost makes a terrible mistake here. Now, McCarthy's not a guy who's careless with the football. He only threw 4 interceptions this past season. 3 of them came in 1 game. So in Michigan's other 14 games, he only threw 1 interception. But again, you get pressure in his face, and he can be inaccurate and prone to mistakes. Here's another example of this. You're going to see him target his receiver to the bottom of the screen here, just kind of on a hitch route. But Washington's going to bring pressure in his face here and here, and just that little bit of pressure. This isn't even really terrible pressure. He's actually able to step into this throw, but just that little bit really affects him, and he's inaccurate. That throw way over his receiver's head and out of bounds. So again, man, McCarthy's going to have to learn to deal with this in the NFL and learn how to make plays even in the face of that pressure. Here's one more. I don't know how much of a concern this is, but McCarthy throws the ball from a lot of different arm angles, and sometimes that can cause him to drop down, like we see on this play against Washington. He sort of drops down with his right arm, and that low release point causes the ball to be batted down at the line of scrimmage. He's 6'3", McCarthy is, which is not small, but I think ideally for a pocket passer like him, maybe you'd like him to be an inch or 2 taller, but it's his arm slot that can cause him problems when he drops down. So again, another issue that could be feast or famine with him. He can make some plays doing those types of things, and he can get himself into some trouble. One more clip, and this is a really interesting one because, like, for me, this kind of underscores the real big question about McCarthy. This is the most important postseason play for Michigan, probably of their entire playoff run. They're in a 4th and 3 here, trailing 20-13 to Alabama with about 3 minutes to go, and they decide to go for it from their own 33-yard line. They've got to convert this, and watch what they run. They really don't ask McCarthy to make the play. What they do instead is they run a scheme type play. And by a scheme play, I mean it's a play that's going to succeed because of the scheme. They're going to run some clear outs here with all these receivers and then just sneak their back out into the flat. And Bama's going to really blow the coverage. And all McCarthy's got to really do is dump the ball down in the flat. They get a big play, and they'll drive down the field and score and send this game to overtime where they eventually win it. But this is an interesting play because really, what are you asking McCarthy to do? You're simply asking him to deliver the ball in the flat, and you're banking on the scheme being able to get the receiver open. So that's the telling thing, I think, about him. Is he a scheme quarterback? Did he succeed because Michigan did a great job of putting him in a position to succeed? Or is he a guy who can be a franchise quarterback and make those plays when you need him to, regardless of scheme? So J.J. McCarthy, I'm not going to lie, I think he's a bit of a tough eval. You love his strengths, his leadership, his demeanor. He's got good accuracy when he's clean. He's got good mobility. You can run him. You can roll him out. You can do a lot of things with him. He's a winner. There's lots of attractive qualities about his game. The weakness is, of course, that he's bothered by pocket pressure. He's going to have to improve there. And the big question about whether or not Michigan's scheme, run heavy system that didn't ask him to go out there and win games, but really sort of be a great game manager. Look at him, 10 for 18 for 140 yards in the championship game, while Michigan runs for 300 yards, right? Did Michigan win because they were set up with a great defense and a great run game? Can he get that in the pros? I don't know. That's the tough question. Is he pro ready? I think he could probably use time to sit and learn, but he might go high. I mean, who knows? He could be snapped up by the Broncos at number 12, and they might want him to play right away. I don't know. I think that he's going to need a great support network if you want him to play early. His draft target, that's a great question. It could be anywhere from number 3. Some rumors have the Patriots interested, all the way to late round 1. He'd be a great pickup for a strong team later in the draft that may be looking for a quarterback a couple years down the road. So the $1 million question on J.J. McCarthy, is he a franchise quarterback or is he a guy who excelled because of the system at Michigan? I don't know that answer, and that's what makes him a kind of a tricky little eval here. All right, well, it'll be fascinating to follow his progress and see which team snaps him up. They might get the next Brock Purdy, or they might get a career backup. Hard to say right now. That's our latest, man. That's our latest call sheet breakdown, and we'll be back with more of these draft prospects. So check back later this week. This is Kevin Smith. Take care, everybody.